Hello, good morning, good morning. We are live, we are live. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Who's ready to read some order flow today? See, boom, 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 boom. Look at these stocks over here. Massive buying pressure. You know, this is what I'm talking about. Like, we gotta see volume like this during the London. We just hadn't seen that this whole week so far. But as you can see today, is slightly a bit different. Volume is up about 94 million. Delta is 6 million. It's pretty high. CVD is yeah, I mean, we've been having a lot more sellers, but price has been moving up generally speaking. Yeah, it doesn't look like we have any kind of like divergence going on right now, but we do have a lot of buying momentum in the market currently right now. It's a new month, so I think you're gonna be having a pretty good month here. You know, daily candles have clean range to the upside. We're expecting price to, at least at this point, to continue moving up bullish. Looks like we didn't get absorption on the HTF, but the CVD has been kind of like bearish. Quite interesting, but yeah, currently right now price is moving up. We also had some really nice bumper clot trades yesterday during the New York session. CVD was also down, but everything else was kind of like, you know, lining nicely over there. But as you can see, beautiful volume, at least here on the London Open, 94 million or pre-London hourly candlestick. So right now what we're seeing is, okay, we've got like a low volume nodes up over here. We're seeing a bit of selling momentum, buyer imbalance coming in right now. Yeah, I think it's just a new candle. It's a new hourly candle, so that's setting up currently. That's currently maybe creating even a bottom wick over here for a possible continuation. As you can see, massive bullish 1 hour candlestick closing above resistance over here, or about to close above resistance. But if we can get through like 47.58, then you should probably see price continue to move up here towards like resistance again, about like 122 pips or 1,022 pips actually. 1,222. Yes, sir. So it is currently setting up here, I think, on the 1 minute time frame, getting ready for a break. Daily is up right now 1.15%. So it is pretty bullish. I would say I'll be more like looking for buys, if anything, to the upside over there. But right now you can see Delta is selling more aggressive on the sells as the hourly candlestick opened over here. So I want to see point of control maybe can get respected. Let's go ahead and draw our volume profile. But you see, like, we don't have any recent PA, so we might actually have to take this back. Yeah, whoa, we gotta like go back here. Gotta go back here. Because this is the range that I see. It's pretty far off though. Let's see on the 30-minute. Break above here, boom boom. Maybe like bring that like a little bit higher up. And not too much. It's a really big range. I don't think this is gonna like prove so much of a value to us, but you know, in any case, we do have a volume gap over here. That's the area we're expecting price to continue to move through. I think instead what we might see is price retrace down, maybe like create some structure below and then start to move up again. At least as of now, as we're seeing a lot more selling pressure, negative 1.7 million on Delta. See here on Discord. Price is going for the 30-minute high at 47.36. It's 30-minute high. Yeah, 30-minute high. Wait, let me see. What'd you say? 47.36. 47.36. Where was that posted? Yeah, we should be getting through 47.36 here. I think price should be continuing up bullish for sure. Let's see daily targets. It's more of like a daily range actually. It's pretty huge. This is like a pretty big range. I think we can fill this range today. I think today is also ADP day, so we should be having some news come in during the New York session, which we are now actively trading. Let's go to our forex factory and see what's happening. ADP, non-perform employment change. We're expecting bad numbers on the dollar, so gold should go up. Some kind of like some funny confluence that we had yesterday with job openings, where we expected like bullish sentiment on our entry confirmations. Beautiful confluence to have for volume to continue moving up. But today we got ADP, we got core retail sales. So mostly we're waiting for the ADP. 15 minutes into New York this time. So New York session is gonna start with some fireworks. Fireworks on ADP, baby. And we also got Trump speaking later as well. Let's not forget about that. That's towards a market close though, so it's quite important. Red folder. Markets might be pricing in something of the sort if we're going to be moving up aggressively. Thursday, unemployment claims. Obviously Friday, I don't think we're going to be on the charts. Probably like Good Friday, so markets probably closed. So yeah, we got Wednesday, we got Thursday over here. So lock in, guys. It's a new month. I got my new spreadsheet ready to go, and let's keep doing what we do. Staying disciplined, staying consistent, following the rules, and getting those results. No need to deviate. No need to deviate. All right, let's see. Price is coming down. Loads of bearish nodes. Buy and balance shifted from 2.3 million to 3.3 million by 47.44. I do believe it could still be like a bottom wick, but we're definitely seeing a lot more sellers in the market currently. It is nice that it's pulling down though, to create like some range right over here. We'll keep monitoring this. Let's jump onto some macros as well. Spot gold rises on signs of de-escalating Mid-East tensions. All right, let's see. Was commodity register positive price movements on Tuesday for the third straight session. Precious metal will probably test overhead resistance by 4,800 per ounce. 4,800. Yeah, I think that would be a good target. That's within the value gap range, so we can actually draw that over there. This is probably going to be a magnet for the day up ahead as well. 4,800. 4,800. Доброе утро. Доброе утро. Как дела там? Все нормально? Как погода? Я надеюсь, не так холодно там сейчас. Alright. Let's see. Gotta get some structure here. We might have a couple of volume profiles. So we got like one here too. That'll be the volume gap for this area. We can, I think we can hide this, or what? Just leave it on. It's pretty big. Probably not going to use it. It's not really of value. That's a much higher time frame. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw from here. See what VGs we have. Got a small gap here, maybe somewhere around here. VG, up towards that resistance point. Little bit of volume here. We got a pretty big volume node right over here. VG above this resistance, nicely lining up. I do like the way those line up actually. Clean range to the upside. May have some little SMA confluence in there too. Yeah, now it just needs a setup. It just needs a setup. Point of control is going to be at that region where price will be breaking into the VG, which is giving us, at least on the break, something like 18 pips of less friction. So yeah, it could be an interesting move. Right now, oh, we actually got to redraw this, I think, because there's a chance that price may come down as well right over here. Down and to retest that support level. And it's a nice volume gap that it actually has below that zone too. Yeah, this is going to be perfectly like 53 pips. It's testing it already. Let's see. Point of control is at 47.34 of the previous hourly candlestick, somewhere around here. It may be looking to fill some of these orders on the previous hourly as well. Correct? The delta is quite strong at 2.1 million right now, so we're seeing a lot of aggressiveness in the market. A lot of bearish nodes, a little bit of imbalance there by 3 million. So clean range really to come down, kind of like correct some of this candle over there. Also on the 5 minute, you got clean range down towards this support. That support by 47.28 level. But you know, beautiful pre-London session that we had. Really nice bumper clap move. That was very clean, straight to the point. TFX concepts, if you know, you know. And that's what played out. So now we're gonna wait and see what the rest of the day has in store for us. Are we gonna manage our risk? Are we gonna maximize profits? What are we gonna do? That's the question for the day here. But the number one thing that we want to do is never to give back the money. If you've ever heard that saying before, never give back the money, right? Never give that back the money. You don't want to ever have a profitable day becoming a losing day. You know, you got to protect your money. You don't want to overtrade. You don't want to over risk. None of that. And look, sometimes people are going to overtrade. You know, like I've noticed that people, they're going to love to take a lot of trades. What I've realized is this order flow thing over here, because yesterday during the New York session, we kind of overtraded a bit. But the risk management model is different because we have more data, correct? So we're able to come in and out of positions quicker. because the data is showing us, and also the price action when it stalls, it's showing us potential reversals. And also we can actually have a much better idea of who's really in control. So if you ever find yourself in a scenario like that, it does actually pay to have this information here. You can see the orders coming in quite stable right now at the moment. Let's see how it tests that volume gap area. Bearish nodes coming in, lots of volume. Aggressive selling, 2.4 million. It's like struggling with this area for some reason, but we should actually have clean range there. We took a sell like this yesterday during New York session and we're like, oh, we got to get out. We got to get out because it was struggling like this. I wonder why we never really get big orders on gold. So far, I've seen like 4.3K. Now I've seen, I think this is my first time seeing like that 4.7. We always got some consistent volume coming in. 4.7, 4.7. Or maybe it's just like a cluster of 4.7s instead of just one big order. Could also be the case. But yeah, we're seeing still a lot of bearishness here. This is becoming a point of control. You can see how it just changed color there on the order flow. This was quite an important area. We saw a lot of struggle between buyers and sellers. You can see by the wicks over here and how it's kind of slowing down. This has become a point of control. So kind of like waiting to see what the market's going to move from this area. Overall, the sellers are more aggressive than the buyers are. Oh, the buyers just took that node. They just took over point of control right now. See, this also increased over here. The volume node on the volume profile increased too. Let's see, 6.6 million. It's a real tussle here. 6.66 versus 6 million. It's a real tussle here. We got the sellers back in. It's quite an important zone that we're reacting off of right now. Ooh, 6.1 million. Yep, that is a really important area right there. Really important area right there. It needs to kind of break away from that zone. You see some kind of release or something. That delta could actually flip. It could still flip because we still have this volume from the previous hourly candlestick just still moving up. This we kind of tested the VG area, but it didn't move through it yet. Also, no confirmations. No confirmations to move through. You should share order flow here like YouTube. It's more of a technical reason why I can't. Because of the way the stream is set up. If I could open 2 windows would be nice. Or if Discord allowed for OBS. If I could stream through OBS into Discord. I'll look into that actually. Wait. Set a reminder in 1 minute to see how to stream Discord through OBS. Yeah, let me look into that. But yeah, this is a reversing now. You can see the buyers coming in. A lot more bullish nodes in the market here. You see that delta decreased from 2 million. Now it's going back into the thousands. I want to stick with the trend more today. You want to stick with the trend. It's always a good idea to stick with the trend. There's another volume gap above this area right over here. As we start to fill up some of this range, as we start to come up more and more towards this next point. That's towards 47.58. We got this zone right here. Oh, there's a volume gap here. So I forgot to draw this. Right there too. Kind of like move through them. Kind of just like moving through them now. I think I'm going to remove the ones that we kind of... Yeah, let's keep the chart work clean. It's only below here, which I see that clean one. Okay, we could still have value over here. But ultimately, it is just playing within a range. Correct? It's still just setting up. We do just have resistance here, and we got support down here. So that's the range that we're holding. It's around 210 pips. Oh yeah, that's a point of control. Right here, right next to this volume gap. It's kind of significant one. Buyers and sellers still relatively equal in this area. We're not seeing any sort of like, let's just say like an edge of that price action. We don't see any really important imbalances coming in. There's not much of an edge right now. We got bullish nodes, aggressive selling on the delta. Overall CVD is bullish, at least on this candlestick. So a few mixed signals. Usually that just means, you know, just got to stay out for a bit, watch the market. It's just like setting up and moving. We're above the POC now. I think the POC just shifted. Oh, wait, let me see. Let me see. Is the chat working? Let me talk to myself here. Hello. Okay, awesome. Evik, let me ask some questions. What is that red box? Oh, what's this red box? That's a lot of what do you call it? A lot of sellers coming in over here. These are sellers. So actually, if we had a sort of like an imbalance over here and price moved up, that would be very interesting for us, you know, because then we might see some sellers actually be trapped here by 47.39, especially if that delta would reflip into the positive. And you then, but you always gotta like always use that what is it called? Price action. Always gotta use price action nonetheless. Yeah, so let's see what's cooking. Oh, it's mid of the week. Yeah, it took a little longer for volume to come in this week for the London session, to be honest. Monday, Tuesday was chilling. I think it's just mainly because of the monthly candlestick. That monthly candlestick was closing, so you know, usually when a monthly candle closes, we're gonna get some sort of fluctuations. Just the same way, even a 5-minute candle can about to close, it can respect the level, right? Or it can fluctuate, like push up, push down, or like just kind of like fluctuate a bit. Now we just got the new monthly open over here. It's good that we've already created a bottom wick. That's awesome. So we can continue to move up, fill some of this monthly range, the upside. That's kind of what I'm expecting for the first week of April over here, is that we're going to keep moving up. fill this area. There's a lot of easing of tension in the Middle East, so that should supply the market with some positive upside over there. Since you know, if the tensions increase, then gold is gonna come down. But if they decrease, gold is gonna go up. So that's why I'm expecting that gold is gonna go up over here. As you can see also in our fundamental work, spot gold rises on signs of de-escalating Mid-East tensions. So I expect further upside. Just keep tabs of Trump. But yeah, I think like Thursday, Friday pre-sessions should also be bullish. See, there's still a battle going on here between buyers and sellers. There's not much PA at the moment regarding candlesticks, right? So we're just looking at this volume. It's giving us a lot of insight into what potentially could be happening. But we do know there is a point of control by 47.44, which is right over here that we're still maintaining. I do believe this thing might still want to go up. Delta is decreasing, negative 900k over there. Share my trade for the day on Discord. Oh, nice. 1 trade per day. Very good, man. Very good. You got to test yourself. If you can be disciplined to take 1 trade a day, amazing. Good start to April. Took a sell here. Nice, man. W trade. Secured at the break. Little breakout play. Very good. Come on now, almost there. Oh, look at this. 1, 2. This is good. Listen, like this is how our chart kind of looked yesterday. But we were using order flow, so big difference. I think when you're gonna overtrade with just pure price action, it's a little bit different. You kind of want to hit it maybe like once per session. You just want to hit like a sure move. Before my setup, trend line, FNR zone, and market structure. See, after TP hits ratio 1 to 10. Very nice, very nice. I see we had a resistance over here. We had clean range. That area got mopped up. Very good. That's basically what I took this morning. But you see on the break of that shotgun, there was a small retracement here. But on the one this morning, we didn't have that previous 5-minute candle close bearish. It created a bottom wick and then reflip, broke the highs, and then filled the range. That's what we caught this morning. So very good. Just keep doing that. Here we also had another kind of like shotgun entry model, low volume, little bit of a liquidity grab happened over there. Could be used as confluence to re-break the highs. This price was still gonna come up to fill that range on the left-hand side. So that would be a very nice edge. Once that got filled up, we saw some retracement, profit taking, and a reset up. I'm pretty sure that's on the 1 minute consolidation breakout. Let's see, this is a 5-minute, 15-minute. Yeah, this probably on the 1 minute little consolidation breakout to the upside, clean range in the middle, very good. And also right here is a little bit of chop. To be honest, I don't know, like if you are supposed to trade here, let's say, and then you're coming in here, as long as you're trading during a time of high volume, then this is also pretty nice little breakout play over here for price to continue moving up bullish. Like sometimes I'm going to see like this happen during the Asia and then have my trade like happen a bit later, and I'll be like, okay, you know, price already moved, but this is still a high volume time, so that could still continue to push. But yeah, I think what you marked out here was pretty spot on. Very good, my G. Let's see. Secured a 26 pips. It's a counter sell, little fake out. Nice. Break below support. Sketchy on the left hand side though, unless this was a breakout play. But it doesn't seem like a breakout play because this is a 1 minute time frame, and the breakout play actually happened right here. Let me see how that played out. Boom, boom. A little bit of a liquidity grab, confluence, candle closed above, broke the wick highs, distributed. Very good. This should have actually been the buy that you took, because even your daily bias here was bullish. Yeah, but at least you know it's a counter trend play. In terms of what you've drawn here, I see what you're trying to do. It's just inaccurate. If you know that I know that I know that you know that I know what you're trying to do, then it's inaccurate. But good stuff. Yeah, that was just moving up the VG right now. Getting through these marks. The price continues to move through that level. Remember to drink more water, chat. We're getting a few clusters of ask coming in. We're seeing a little bit more ask coming in as the nodes are bullish. Volume kind of increased there, but I saw a 4.8k. Delta is reducing though. Still more sellers, but like seller aggression, but Delta is definitely reducing. Candlesticks down, pull up. Yeah, we're about midway of this hourly candle, so we should be seeing a little different PA. Sometimes that first half could just be consolidating. You see creating the bottom wick. We just got imbalance on the sellers. Sellers just create imbalance here, taking over this node. They're trying to push it down, but buyer aggression is coming in strong. Let me see what the average. We need about more like 19 million for price to shoot up with like nice volume. We need about 19 million, but like 18 now. It's correcting. I think sellers might. Oh, the imbalance got out. The seller got out. He got spooked. Seller got out. I think he's just gonna allow the buyers through. Buyers are gonna come in with pressure now. I think the seller sensed danger over here at 4.2 million. He got out. We also got, oh, he came back in a little bit higher up. But this is the value area that we're currently at, or currently seeing. Yeah, Delta's flipped. Buyer aggression is increasing. 600k. We're gonna have to redraw the volume profile here. But the problem is there's really not much that's happening above these levels. But I'm gonna go ahead and redraw it anyway. Let's draw it up here. Boom. It's a nice London session because we're getting actually some activity this time. Usually when we get activity like this, probabilities are higher for a good trade. I think we could just classify this whole zone here as a low friction area. Yeah, let's take that as low friction. Probably gotta try and move through it. Let me see, little accumulation. Accumulation could look better though. In my opinion, we got Ricardo here snipe the market. The right back was a bit risky, but I like the small consolidation. Only missing one resistance. Yes. Yeah, I see it. I see the one you're looking at. I feel like if we were reading this, I don't know how it looked when it was breaking, but if the delta was flipping, that would have been pretty interesting. Because we did see the buyer aggression kind of come in here. If we actually move up 7 million, then we should be... At least once we start to hit the 60s, we should be seeing some really good volume. Volume is still relatively low right now. But once we hit the 60s, it should be nice. You see, we just got that seller imbalance coming at 3.3 million over here. Got out of this position, re-added at the top of that node. Outside the value area. It's probably heading for 4,800 psychological. To be fair, man, that's a huge zone that we can just freaking mop up right now. It's a pretty big value gap. But psychological at 4,800. Nice buyers potential. If I wish we got imbalance moved again. Imbalance moved again as price is going up on the bid. Wow, look at those sell orders come in. But price is going up still. Buyer aggression is at 1.3 million. About to tap into the VG. Skyrocketing for what? 4,800. Yeah, today is definitely a lot more bullish. There are a lot more bomber clots in the market.
Bomber clot! Why are you running? Why are you running?
Why are you running, gold? Orders coming in. CVDs flipped to 3.3 million. Pretty nice. Looking healthy. Looking healthy. Looks like a real move to the upside. It looks like a real move. It doesn't look like a fake out or anything. The way everything's, the volume nodes are looking nice and green. CVD, Delta is looking healthy. Volume is increasing. We're about to hit 60 million. It looks like a real move. It's probably going to head towards like 4,800. Oh, look at that. Fly, Goldie, fly. Man, I don't know who the seller imbalance is. He keeps coming in. Over here, like 47.69. He keeps rotating the sells. Every time it pushes up, he closes and then back in again. He's kind of aggressive on the sells. But the buyer overall, the buyer delta is definitely a lot more aggressive, the 2.5 million. But there's a seller in the market right now who is trying to constantly push his prices moving up. But overall, everything looks more bullish. He's just going to get liquidated. This is why you never sell a market as it's moving. This is why you never catch bottoms and you never catch tops. Because if market is moving in one direction, most of the time you're going to realize it's just going to keep moving through that area. So you never really want to be trying to catch the top or a bottom. That's why when we trade, and the reason we have such a good performance is because we trade with the market, right? So markets moves up, we're going to move up with it. It moves down, we're going to move down with it. We don't try and outsmart the market. That's the number one thing that people are going to mess up. Let's see. To the T. Yeah, very important zone. It was a good one, man. Like, I see it as well. It's true. If that next resistance could have come in, that would have looked a lot cleaner in it. But I can see that's where it came out from. So it was still a very relevant area. You know, the thing about the market, sometimes it's, as you know, it's not always gonna give you the way you might always want it, but you can always anticipate that with the reaction that follows, that could have been the area there. So it was quite an important zone. Very well marked. That's where that CVD was actually flipping as well. Got a nice little SMA confluence in there too. I mean, it's good signs, right? It's good signs. You're going to see like an entry like that. And then you're going to look at this order flow here and see how that's progressing and give you confidence. Even right now as a runner, you'd still feel good holding a runner, in my opinion, because so far these look healthy. The stats look healthy over here. CVDs at 4 million, Delta is 2.2 million, 66 million. We're creeping up to, I think, 67. Watch this change to 67, chat. Oh, I don't have the freaking EXO chart on. Anyway, watch this change to 67, chat. And it's going to turn color now. It's going to turn color. It's going to probably turn to like a bright green. That's going to be average volume, which is actually pretty good. I reckon it's somewhere at 67. 2.2 million even on the retracement, still holding nice on the Delta. You see all these cluster of volume, bullish volume nodes. Pretty nice to see. We're breaking away from this general zone here where we had a lot more selling aggression or selling pressure to a more sort of like bullish environment. It's still not changed to 67. Damn, it's stuck in 66 as this candle is pulling down. Everything is holding. 2.2, 66. Ah, there we go. Thought it kind of like glitched for a second. 66.2. Little retracement up there. You see, we keep having that sell imbalance as prices going up. The orders coming in again. Watch a flip. I think it's 67. According to my calculations. 68, 69, 67, somewhere around 67 should flip. Light green, somewhere around here, I think, maybe 68 or 67 point something. That's really good to see, because previous candle volume was about 94.8, so we kind of want to see that momentum continue for price to continue, for price to keep moving up. We're going to see that volume increase. I don't know where it is. I think it's somewhere between the 67 68 range, 67 68 million range. Let's see if it's gonna light up. Maybe it's 68. Huh. Yeah, I actually want to check some. I should have actually lit up by now. Interesting. Uh-huh. Maybe it's 89. Let's see how it reacts on 89. Yesterday was pretty spot on how we called it at the break during the New York session, huh? Would I be looking for pullback sells today? Maybe later on. I'm in the longs. Awesome. It still looks good. Like Delta is still strong. It's slightly weakening though. Buy aggression. But it's still overall quite bullish. They're holding at 2 million. Thoughts on today's fundamentals? Today we have we just got ADP. This should be negative for the dollar and bullish for gold. Then we also got core retail sales later on. So we should actually be seeing further upside today. That's what I would be expecting. It's actually a pretty good day to trade because so far we're seeing like some volume coming in even early on into London. $15-minute didn't close resistance. It can come down now. See a little bit of a rejection over there, just as we tapped into the VG. But we should still be heading up towards like 4,800. I think it's just some like kind of a pullback here. We're about to get a new hourly open in 15 minutes. I think the volume today, I'm seeing it's a bit higher than yesterday and the previous days so far this week. I can see with the big orders coming in. 4.8k, 4.8k. I suggest you get a real order flow. What's that? Real order flow platform. Oh, this is a real order flow platform over here. It's not TradingView. How do you take withdrawals, like monthly, weekly? Just when I need. Just when I need. I'm working with the company. Hopefully we can get some promo codes soon. See if you guys can get some promo codes on it. Please explain order flow thing, what we're looking at. Yes, we're doing that. Looking at your screen, how do we use? Yeah, exactly. That's what we're covering. That's kind of what we're looking at. But I'm gonna have a course on it in the description box. It's gonna help you from A to Z how to set everything up. It's really, I mean, you might find you can do it yourself if you want to, but this is how it looks in the beginning. So there's a lot of things that you're gonna have to tweak, and there's not really videos on YouTube about that. So you just have to do a little due diligence, look at people, see what they're talking about metrics wise, line that up with your strategy, etc., etc. But this is how it looks when you initially get it. You gotta learn about the ticks, how to use the ticks properly, get the right what you're gonna use. Are you gonna use volume cluster, delta, bid ask profile, delta ladder cluster, delta ladder profile? There's a lot of things here. Volume profile. There's also an OI based type of trading. That's called open interest, right? Open interest. I don't typically use it, but it shows you basically if there's more, if the people are closing positions, the open interest will show you people opening and closing positions, longs versus shorts. There's a lot more other information here. You got delta, volume, bid ask, imbalance. You can use the kind of candlestick that you want to use. There's a lot of stuff here you can actually tweak. It's pretty good software. But right now, price is still bullish overall. I think that number is actually 89, chat. I think by the time we get like, oh, it changed black. That's interesting. But I think that number is 89 that we're looking for. So it lights up like it did yesterday in New York when we had that buy setup. Is it like 102 million? Maybe it'll be like 89 here. There's a pretty nice confluence that we got. Oh, like buyer aggression still active, 1.6 million, but we're just seeing like a lot more selling coming in at the moment. We do have a slight sell imbalance here by 47.69. They're fighting over this node, and that node right here where we're playing at is actually an imbalance. Problem is it can't line up the volume profile accurately in terms of what's going on here. This volume profile is more of like a HTF because of the massive range. Like there's a huge space in between right here, so it's kind of more difficult to get it more precise because now we're looking at much higher time frame when it comes to order profile. But maybe we can see if we can readjust it from here to here, and then that kind of lines up a bit more also with what we're seeing here on the order flow by 47.49. This is 47.50 point of control now been marked. So we can just keep it like this as price progresses. And then like accurate more readings. We also got this zone right over here. Boom, boom, boom. A little bit of value gap right here. You try to come up again. But these are just some pullbacks. Although, all right, so I'm really interested to see this volume thing change though. I want to see it light up. I just want to see what's going on here. Let's see, it's at 84. Can we get an 89 before the freaking candle closes? We have like 9 more minutes. I think we can get to 89. 89 million. Good news. Got my Apex payment approved. $2,500. Next week, I'll probably should take another 2,500 since I just need 8 trading days and 5 days over $50. Once that is done, I can leave Apex and only trade Lucid. Good only. Not so happy trading Nas. Oh, amazing, man. Let's get it. Let us get it. This is, wait, look at this. Look at the delta here. It's completely come down now, like from all the way from 2 million. So this is actual aggression that we're seeing from the sells. This thing could pull down heavy at this point. At this point in time, it looks like this is an actual move down rather than just a retracement. Yeah, yep. Figures that changed quite fast as well. They've distributed the what do you call it, the point of control. I think it moved. Wait, 47, 44. Yeah, it moved down a node. Let's actually redraw this volume profile. Since price is coming down, I think we can look at this range from this swing low to that swing high. This is 47.50 POC. It's just kind of moving. We're just kind of marking the areas where price could potentially move from. Just trying to get like a clear idea of what could potentially happen here. We do have clean range on the 30-minute to come down to kind of like correct some of this move. Actually, it looks a lot better on the 30-minute here in terms of the volume gaps. You got another volume gap right over here. And then a little bit more choppiness below 47.24. But massive liquidity grab above the highs, as you can see. It just tapped into this sort of like low friction area right over here. Start pulling back down again. Trying to correct that move. See on the 5-minute? 5-minute? Yeah, that looks good. 1 minute. They just like increase this whole thing here. But as far as PA goes right now, price action wise, there's no real setup. The only thing that we saw is just like a little bit of a fake out that happened just above that zone, and then price coming down, right? So there's no real like entry confirmation at this point. We're just kind of like marking charts, seeing what potentially could happen. But what we do see though is some sellers coming in. We finally got a buy imbalance. Maybe they might start holding this zone again. Right over here, where the previous volume gap held before price moved up. Remember, we first traded during stream. This was the first VG that held before price started to move up. So we're starting to see again buyer aggression come in. Yeah, maybe they're going to try and hold this level. A little buy imbalance. This has now become the kind of like new point of control within this general zone. Sellers still more active, trying to get more aggressive. Yeah, that thing did not light up. Interesting. That one, previous one was at 94.8. Let's see if this gets to 94.8 and then starts to do some lighting up. It's still high. This is still above average. I think average is like maybe 60 million, somewhere like 60, 67. I think it's going to be a pullback for buy entry. Yeah. Oh, it finally lit up all the way at 96 million. Close to 97. Finally lit up. There we go. Let's see if buyer aggression can follow through with that. But there's only about like 3 minutes. 4 minutes. Hey, it finally lit up. More selling pressure though. Currently, we just opened up a node here. So a bit ask at 8 million. For 8 million. Or currently at 8 million. Here. So I think they're gonna try and prop it up from here. Because you got the point of control like somewhere around here. And we got the bid, the aggressive buyer come in here. That with 8.4 million. So they're trying to fight over this point of control again. Like we basically did down over here. That's the same activity that's going on. It's sort of like pulled down nicely. Volume's increasing. Aggression is kind of neutral though. But the buy is definitely a little bit more aggressive. Ooh. Not seeing any divergence or anything. Could just be like an hourly pullback before we get a continuation. Like a small kind of like a break and a retest of this zone by 47.39. No real edge at the moment. Because remember, it's always like due to price action. As much as we're gonna read like how the orders are coming in and everything, it still doesn't make... It still won't help as much if you can't read the price action to show you like a potential entry. So like reading it could give a lot of false... or let's just say there's gonna be a lot of like analysis been done. Until an edge is formed regarding the way the candles are about to close. Yeah, and then that's when the magic happens. That's when the magic happens. Right now, we're still trying to kind of gauge the market, you know. I think this is just movement. Because we don't know how that next hourly candle is going to open. It could just open and then skyrocket upwards and then just shift this data. But look, you know, like interesting if we get a point of control or like a red node with an imbalance for the sells and then price starts to move up like the way this, I think that was a London open. No, that pre-London. Yeah, the way the pre-London candle moved up like this, if we get like an imbalance. We haven't had that in the previous candlesticks here yet. Like to see a really obvious seller trap. This could have been a seller trap here by 4700 though. On that red node. But there's no additional confluence for that. Besides this being a red node. It's slightly higher bid versus ask. So let's see what happens here. Okay, we just got the new hourly open. Yeah, we just got the new hourly open. See a little bit more selling aggression here in terms of the nodes. Okay, buyers coming in. Very nice, very nice. Oh, look at that. Look at that battle going on here. Look at the imbalances that are forming right now. The buyers came in quick with this one. 2 million already. Holy, 2 million already? This has just been 1 minute. It's only been 1 minute. We already got buyer aggression at 2 million. It's got like this kind of point of control area here by 47.47. Yeah, the CVD is also looking healthy. That's very nice. To the upside, more buyers. Volume is increasing as well. See, previous 94 million to 101 million. Volume is increasing. That's very nice to see. Definitely a good day here today. Market's looking healthy. At least good London session so far this week. We just want to see if these sell orders, if we can kind of mop them up, right? With the similar like bullish nodes that we got in this previous pre-London hourly candle. We can just mop it up and have some more bullish nodes to the upside. That looked pretty interesting. I think it's gonna be a pullback for buy entry. Wait, I would favor a good 1 minute read over any of those indicators. You should have tuned into the stream yesterday. During the New York session, you'd have seen beautiful freaking buy, which just lit up and like perfectly, everything was perfectly aligned, lit up. Yeah, it's nice confluence. Only if you have capacity. If you don't have capacity, then you're gonna overcomplicate the process for yourself. But you build that capacity slowly, and the analysis wouldn't really deter you. You know what I mean? It just gives you more information, if anything. So you get really good at being a sponge, but not being influenced like a feather in the wind. That's typically what happens to a lot of traders. When they're gonna be learning too much, they're like a lot more malleable, so they're gonna be like always being affected by certain things. Like they'll see one thing happen, lose confidence in this other thing, and then that thing happens, mismanage a position, etc., etc. That's why people don't really typically like to have a dynamic risk, because for them it's much easier to have like a set risk reward like that and just not touch the position. But let's see, delta right now is 2.5 million. It's still quite increasing nicely. We're seeing bids coming in quite a lot, as well. A lot of like buying pressure here on the not bid, sorry, the ask. A lot of buying pressure coming in. This is exactly what I mean. Like we're gonna see a lot more bullish nodes following this little pullback over here. Is gonna look pretty nice. Because I think this was just a retracement, right? This is a retracement here, so probably gonna see something like this on that pre-London candle. Remember, life's all a game of elevation. Even, you know, like I like the way Future says in that song, don't get too comfortable. Because, you know, like when it comes to trading a system, if you already have a profitable system, keep doing that. Don't change what's not broken. But, you know, you can always look to elevate the game a bit. It's what people do in all fields. Like even if you're a chef and you have like a nice dish, you know, maybe you get a bit of inspiration and you want to kind of like elevate your dish a bit more, you know. It doesn't mean you got to change the dish. It'll still be the same dish everybody knows, right? They'll come to the restaurant for the same thing, but this time they come and say, oh, that's interesting. That's a nice little touch over there, you know, but you don't change the dish. That's the key. And that's where like a lot of traders also struggle with like strategy hopping. They're going to try something for a while. It stops working. Strategy hop, strategy hop, strategy hop. Instead of elevating what you already know that is working. And that's how TFX Concepts was built too. Based off of what we know is working, and then slowly elevating, refining, elevating, refining. 3, 4. Yeah, we're getting a bit more activity come in on the bid here. But overall, the nodes are looking pretty good to the upside. Still no confirmation regarding PA. Yeah, still no information regarding PA over there. We should move up, kind of like fill up some of this range. I might actually redraw this volume profile, as we are just currently stuck within this range. Right now we're still kind of like hovering within this range. You got support, you got resistance, about like 400 pips. This is that whole range that we're currently trading in. That's gonna try and maybe accumulate some orders over here and then have that next pop. Maybe it's gonna pop up, maybe it's gonna pop down. Maybe you're gonna get a setup here to pop up within the range. But it's a pretty good range to trade. It's like what, 400 pips. Just putting some herbs on the chicken. Yes, sir. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I use tick volume of my broker and it works for me, though people will say it is not real, but hey, it works for me. That's nice, man. Keep doing that. Keep doing that. Because trading is about patterns. That's why I'm saying keep doing that. Because if you're good at spotting a specific pattern using that thing that you're using, that's what it's about. When you look at something like this, you're not looking at just all this information all at once. You're looking at the patterns, right? What's the pattern? What's the context? What's the thing, that extra thing that's occurred that can give you some extra confidence in the trade? Are you looking for a breakout? Awesome. Is volume lining up? Did you get volume coming? You know? Are you looking for a buy? Nice. What are the buyers saying? What's your indicator saying? What's the pattern? Are you seeing a pattern of buyers getting involved? Are you seeing an increase in delta? What's the overall cumulative delta saying? You know, like that's how you're going to use. I think a good trader is not going to ask. It's going to ask like in terms of the context. He's not going to say red node sell. He's going to say, what is this red node sell mean in the overall context of what the market is doing? You know, that's how you build that capacity to use tools efficiently. But if you want to use like an indicator, like a signal, then it's more of like a bad way to go about it. Just the same way people trade SMAs, right? They could say buy above the 50 SMA, but nothing else. Sell below the 50 SMA. So there's a difference when you layer your approach and understanding. Yeah, this is kind of gearing up more right now. Couple bullish nodes. We got seller imbalance by 47.49. We got buyer imbalance by 7.44. And then we're kind of just hovering. I think it's trying to build up the liquidity. I mean the volume. It's pretty low. It created like this nice little resistance over here though. On the 5 minute. Then you got this next range. So you got potential buy above this area, a potential buy target above this zone. Like about 152 pips. So yeah, for those of you who want this little bit of extra confirmation, just bear with me. I'm working with a company to get you guys some promo codes. They don't do affiliations like that. So we gotta see like how we're gonna do it. Hopefully we can get that sorted today. Yeah, just basic what do you call it, like a volume increasing here. That's what it's doing. It's just increasing volume for the next move. Pretty much exactly what happened during the New York session yesterday. Remember we spoke about like how those guys were just increasing volume so we can have the break. It's the same thing that's happening right now. They're just like playing ping pong as volume increases. But overall, the delta is quite strong at 2 million. Do you got any news? Would markets rocket higher? Would markets rocket higher in optimism Iran war could end soon? Stocks soared, bonds rallied, and the dollar wallowed on Wednesday as hopes of de-escalation in the Iran conflict fueled the biggest rebound in regional equities in more than 3 years. They're still quite far apart in terms of what a truce means or what peace means, but the market is embracing the fact that they are talking. And we can see that with gold. Gold is moving up right now. Reasons for the buys this morning, reasons for the buys tomorrow morning most likely, and Friday is going to be market close. But yeah, for the rest of the week, I think like we're just going to have buys. That's a positive sign, at least in terms of signaling or willingness to end the conflict. Whether a compromise can be reached remains to be seen while this is all happening. Attacks are continuing from both sides. But at least it's something, right? Like for gold to have some kind of a recovery. Because gold has been taking quite a beating. So I feel like we're just kind of having like a small pause in between this fight. I think Trump made a really good play on the S&P 500 and that oil move that he did. So, you know, probably that's going to keep him happy for some time. Urging the UK to go take the oil if they need oil, as they have done already all the hard work, as he said on Truth Social. So I think, you know, he feels like a crocodile who's been fed, right? So we might see a bit more pullbacks, a little less news regarding like increase of tension. Go into Conflictly and see if there's any escalation. Yeah, I mean, we're getting this lower sector here, like Qatar being lit up. Iraq, Iran, looks like today there are actually things going on. Victory base in Iraq reportedly attacked. American journalist kidnapped in Baghdad. Americans urged to leave. You see that video of that British reporter almost gets hit by a freaking missile? Insane. You know, it was either they missed the target or they hit the target, but they were about to hit the freaking reporter. Iran allegedly deployed new missiles targeting central Israel. Qatar reports Iranian missile struck oil tanker. Yeah, we're gonna get probably a little bit of a break setup happening soon. Delta is high at 2.3 million. It is gearing up, I see here on the 1 minute. It's accumulating nicely. It's just gotta get through that SMA. just got to get through that SMA. This is a 50 SMA. Yeah, UK bank holiday Friday, also next week Monday. True. Head and shoulders pattern coming up. I see. I think I see what you mean. Like an inverted. But it's not really clear right now. Volume is definitely about to increase though. We gotta see like a pop above that level. Delta is pretty high as well. Delta is pretty high. Might see a pop above 47.23. Or rather here 47.50. May see a pop above 47.50. And then price is going to look to come up and then kind of like correct some of this move. Over here. Delta is looking good. 2.5 million. Just battling some SMAs. It's not a pop above. Delta increasing. Price should skyrocket right now. Price should skyrocket. We should move up, chat. We should move up. This is the trade right here. It's starting to break. This is the move right here, chat. Oh, fly, Goldie. Run. Fly, Goldie. Come on, pop up. Oh, wait. I gotta change this. Let's go, baby. Come on now. Beautiful. That's what I'm talking about. Told you. Delta increase 3 million right now. It's running up, guys. It's running up. It's gonna fill this range. That's where it's heading to right now. See, Delta 3 million, CVD 5.3 million. Come on, fly, baby. Go on the 5-minute right here. This was the clean range that we're looking to fill up. Congratulations, anybody who took that move. You executed on it. Well done. Very well done.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Something close to genius. Well, when he's around, you've always got a chance.
Very good.
Muchas gracias, afición. Este para vosotros.
Very good. We have a small, what do you call it? This is a VG I've just been eyeing out over here. Was expecting price to move through it smoothly as well, as we're still kind of moving up here to fill this next area. See, the imbalance also came out here. It's a bit of an earlier entry. The imbalance came out here at 3.5 million. Sellers are allowing us through at this moment. Got nice little SMA confluence in there too. Man, I'm loving this volume profile. It's kind of giving me a little bit more hints of, you see, we still use the TFX entry confirmation. So those of you in the mentorship, you can refer back to the labeled notes and see how this entry was taken. Refer back to the notes, refer back to the study materials, and you're going to see, if you're new, how that entry was taken right over there. You should always have those notes next to you while we're live trading. Now we're going to keep moving up. Targets by 47.68. Delta is still quite healthy right there at 3 million. Sellers got out of the bid at 47.50. I'm just gonna go through this sort of like a low volume node area over here, which is also clean traffic on the left hand side. Beautiful. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Need the bottom wick? I didn't take it. Why'd you need a bottom wick? That's a breakout. Don't need no bottom wick for a breakout. But it's playing a shotgun right now. On the shotgun, it's the same trade we took this morning. It's already up about 30 pips. The same trade we took this morning. And we're still expecting this thing to run up. We're up like about 1.30% right now. Got it on the second break. Nice one. Yeah, the second break, that was a shotgun confirmation. Very good. Yeah, it's gonna fill this range. We still have, this whole range was about 176 pips. See how much I secured on this? I think it was actually like 20 pips. Like 23. We didn't get the light up like we did yesterday during the New York session, but what I was looking at here was actually the delta. Increase of delta, daily trend, and also we have the setup. We got our confirmation. Because you know the whole time that London session, Monday, Tuesday has been rangy. Volume has been low. The difference today and how I utilize the order flow was I've seen the difference, and this is actually like true volume that's coming in. We got 94 million, 101 million. This could easily be a runner trade executed early because we're seeing volume increase. So we might even see this candlestick here go up towards like 101 plus, right? If we can get that follow through. It's still early within the hourly candle as well. We're only about like 24 minutes in it. It was at what time? 4:18. Nice. Let's go April. I think this is going to be a really, really nice way to be observing market and observing moves. As we see right now, remember what I said, guys. Like, you have to pay attention to what I'm saying. Like, this is what I've been looking at. I want to see this. You see previous hourly candle before pre-London open. You see this cluster of bullish nodes. That's what I'm saying we could expect for this next candle over here. This was just a, what do you call it? Like a retracement. So this is a healthy trend. This is an actual move. So we're probably going to see like this same effect happen where we're just going to get bullish notes to the upside. Orders are coming in. I just saw a 9.5K. That's the highest I've seen so far today. I just saw a 9.5K order come in for ask. Tell you like now you see the range is getting filled. Same exact move I took this morning. Well, the second entry. Now it's coming up to fill the rest of it towards 47.68. We just saw a massive order come in there. Beautiful. Lock in. What are we up right now? 1.30, 1.40%. Awesome. Yeah, we're gonna see how we're gonna take the third trade now. But already up for the day quite a lot. I'm way above my daily limit. Or my daily target rather. I'm way above my daily target. Yeah, I'm up about 4.6%. 4.67%. Just tapped into 65% mark over here, as well as this range is getting filled. Still looking quite healthy on the order flow though. A lot of nice bullish clusters coming in. Nice little imbalance there by 7.3 million too. I get why people use this. I was always like very hesitant to use it, but you always gotta still use it with entry confirmations though. Never just take it on its own, right? Yeah, but this is awesome, man. This is really awesome. This is gonna really change the game here for me. It's funny that your analysis worked for me on US 30 buy. I guess people buy gold as much as US 30. They're correlated. Let's see. Today gold hits 5%. Today gold's moving up. Today gold's moving up. That's what we've been saying. It's moving up. I think we're seeing towards like 4,800. That's my target right here. Yeah, my targets are around like 4,800, I think, for the daily candlestick. We're just kind of filling up this range. The reason I really like this trade as well here is because we had the retracement down. And then we got the setup here and then the break. Right? So we're within that valley for price to correct. These are like really nice trades. That's pretty much the same thing that happened pre-session. And see right to that 65% mark here. Getting a bit more sellers coming in. We just got a sell bid at 47.59 over there. Right to the T. But this range is still gonna get mopped up. It should still be getting mopped up. Delta is still bullish, even though it's retracing down. You can see Delta is still showing a lot more buyer aggression. Still hovering here at like 3 million, right? CVD is also increasing. It's definitely the highest that we've seen so far in terms of buyers in the market today. So that's looking actually really good. I'm still anticipating if that volume can bypass 101 million. So this actually becomes a really, really nice bumper clot here. If this volume could be just a bit more up. Because, you know, like with yesterday's trade we took during New York session, that volume was already lit by the time we were getting in. And that's what created that huge move. When do you think proper time to withdraw is? For a new trader, the best time to withdraw is once a week. Once a week, because you have to reward yourself, you know, like when you've been following your rules and you actually get to a point where you can like make a withdrawal. If you're trading a live account, like withdraw whatever amount that is, reward yourself. That'll keep you disciplined to keep going, right? So whenever I could do that, I would do that. Whether it's like, you know, something small, I think it makes a big difference. Don't like try and live it in there. Because you gotta like build habits which are gonna be successful habits. So you only gotta build successful habits also if you can somehow reward yourself in the process. Just try to like pay a small phone bill, as I always say, it's cheeky takeout, treat yourself to an ice cream or something, you know, just small things make a difference. Then, you know, as traders or anybody starting into a field, you're always gonna start small, right? You're never gonna just start big. And then just keep doing that. You remain motivated, disciplined. You remember the feeling more than anything else of that withdrawal. Then you gotta remember that during your hardest points and be like, damn, you know, that felt real. That felt good. So you gotta keep doing that. But if you leave it in, scale it up, run it down, you know, you kind of feel like you're just stuck in place. So this is what I meant, you know, even with that retracement downwards, you can still see here on the order flow that buyers are still in control. Think about like 3.4 million on the buys, bullish nodes coming in. You can still see it. Nice. Sellers about to get cooked. Yeah, I mean, right now it's not wise to sell. you can see there's a lot more order flow to the upside, correct? This is where this comes in. Because you see, when you're just using pure price action, how are you going to know? You're just going to see a candle look bearish, and that's all the data that you're going to have, right? But you can see here, there's a chance we get like some selling pressure, but still the buys are in control. Look at the delta. It's increasing 3.3 million to the upside. Buyer aggression is increasing. All right, now we got 3.3 million. Oh, we just got a big sell order come in. I kind of missed seeing that, but overall, we're still in control. Buyers are still in control. Very nice. I know people that are able to tend to follow have such an edge on trading. It's amazing. Yeah, I mean, like, that's the thing. That's the thing. You got to be able to follow. Look at my wife. With some of my help, made her first withdrawal of the month. Oh, let's see. Holy, look at this. It's at 800. Wait, let's see here on the screen. 800. Wow. Man, I never saw a withdrawal like that as fast as she's seeing it. I never saw the biggest withdrawal I saw when I was still gonna learn how to trade was maybe like, 50 euros. Maybe 50 euros. That was the biggest withdrawal. The withdrawals that made the most sense for me only came when I was profitable. Like those really nice withdrawals, only came when I was profitable. Only came when I was profitable. I got a video over here. Oh yeah, this was like when I was just getting into social media. Over here, you can't really hear it. The young Vic. RV, let's get into the video. All right, you see, like, buys. Oh, we probably got sellers. Potential seller trap, but it's not as obvious there. You can see right over here, we got a bearish node, but it's not as obvious because there's no like POC or imbalance over there. But this is typically what I would love to see sometimes. Like if you can get like a little seller trap in this area, but it looks like buyers and sellers were equal. That was like 5.2 million, 5.2 million right over here. So kind of equal, but price is still trying to shoot up right now. Overall, buyers are in control. We got like 3.6 million on the delta as well. And yeah. I'm gonna miss IC markets. It's been real. Might go back to them. I mean, it's more sentimental than anything, really. But I do enjoy the new brokerage that I'm with right now. They trade CFDs and futures. And they got meta quotes. Why did I leave IC markets? Because they don't do futures on meta quotes. It's new guys I am with, they do this. And they got tight spreads. Like if you go on like other brokers which do this as well, like interactive brokers, maybe it can be difficult with the spread. But we got a pretty nice spread over here. It's almost like trading gold, like spot gold. And no commission. Is the order flow same as time entails in stocks? I'm not sure what that is. The hardest part by far is discipline. Discipline take far less trades. I'm still fighting myself. Remember, the number one priority is to protect capital. That's the number one thing. I think like people are going to say this. The number one thing in trading is don't lose the capital. And don't give it back to the market. But that's, that's why I do enjoy using this order flow here. Because that's why I mean, for a trader like you, who's struggling with this specific aspect of discipline, that's gonna help hold you a lot more accountable, like once you understand how to use it, right? Because look, if I lost this trade and I look at my order flow and things were lining up, then I can accept that as a probability, right? At that point, what else can you do? You're literally seeing the orders, you're understanding what the probability is, you're executing on your plan. Like, what else can you do? You did your best, right? Everything was lined up, you can move on to the next trade. Now, the thing is, when you're going to use price action, it's going to be able for you to make a lot more excuses on how maybe you could have been faked out, or, you know, you're going to be able to have a lot more excuses. But in a scenario like this, I can see we have POC, for example, at 47.44. I see we have an imbalance at 7.3. Delta was high. CVD was high. Bullish trend is good. There was no reason why I should have lost this trade. You know, the thing about London, it's like sometimes London moves, sometimes it doesn't, right? So what we saw in the beginning of the week was London was not moving. And actually, the volume profile was telling us also that it was not moving. It was ranging. So when you're going to take a loss, you kind of like make that make sense a lot easier, right? So that's when you're gonna be like, okay, then at least now I can see that actually we were not moving. Because when you're gonna use price action, you might not know how to read correct, like if there's actually volume, right? Depending on how you zoom in. Some traders really zoom in, some traders really zoom out. Right, look at this, price is moving up here. We're filling the range. 47.68. Nice. We just got 47.68 over here filled. Let's freaking go. 47.68 has been filled. We just had one small reaction over here, that 68% mark, which is just like a profit taking. Boom. Market came down. We're like, don't worry. Delta order flow is still saying it's bullish. So that price action of a candle moving down, don't worry about it. It's the same thing that happened. Let me show you. This morning as well. As you can see, let's go here. Let's pull this out. And you can see the same thing, right? Market moved up. Boom. Came back down. Worry about it. Boom. Skyrocketed back upwards. Yeah, when you got one bearish node on this candle, how many moments? We got 20 minutes until it closes. I'm still bullish. Volume, I don't think. Yeah, we're not gonna make it. Volume is most likely gonna be less over here. There's no divergence though or anything, but I think like volume, it's going to be less. Right over here, it's gonna be less volume most likely. Let's see. Got 20 minutes. We might see maybe struggle here, but it's still early to say. We got about like 20 minutes. We can only see absorption as the candlestick is closing. But the buyers are quite aggressive here at 4.4 million. However, CVD is really up right now too. Got that new point of control area over here, which is actually just, you know, at this point the range has been filled. It could still come down to retest and then move up because delta is still pretty high. Buyer aggression is still in there. Probably just coming down to fetch orders because you see this is where majority of the value area, when you look at the value area, this is where the imbalance came in. This is where majority of that buy volume was in. So that's why sometimes you're going to see the candle move down. It's going to dip back into this kind of like a piggy bank over here, and then it's going to move up again if it needs more orders to come in. I'm out on a nice win. Just wanted to take the profit. Very good. Take the profit. Secure, man. Get paid. That's why I do every day. I don't worry about much in terms of how far the moves go without me. The moves always go a lot without me. Like if you go on the previous trades we've taken, you know how many times this has happened to me? Like price just keeps skyrocketing up like this. Look at this. Just go through all the trades that we take. It even happened yesterday during the New York session stream. But I don't worry myself about this because this is where a lot of the retail traders are struggling a lot. It's because they're always trying to catch the full move, whereas, you know, I'm just looking to get paid 1% here, 1% there. You know, moves will move. It will move. The important thing about understanding how it moves is knowing that if you ever need to hold a move, what's the probability of that hold playing out in your favor? So I would say, like with TFX confluences or concepts, most of the time we can say 70+% of the time that the trade is going to run well beyond 20 pips. You know, so like whenever you got to hold, you're going to feel comfortable with just that data on its own. And then you couple it with the market condition, right? In terms of the context of where the market is and where you're getting your positions. And then you keep doing that. Get your foundation right. Understand your foundation. Keep doing that. Don't change that. It's the same thing like I say people who maybe are straight out of school and they have a side hustle and they're going to make like, let's say, hey man, I made $500 last month doing this. I'm coming out of school. I'm looking for ways to excel my capital. Like, what can I do? I'll say, man, you made $500. Whatever you're doing, keep doing that and see how scalable that is. Whatever it is that you did. How far can we scale that business? Just keep focusing on that. The thing is, people like to chase the new shiny thing all the time instead of like working on the foundational concepts which work, right? So when it comes to order flow and the way I'm using order flow, to some of you might think like I'm chasing a new shiny thing, but as you can see, we're utilizing it in a very specific way. We're not chasing anything. We're keeping the foundation stable, and just using that as a kind of like a confluence, which actually, man, it works amazing, bro. So far, it's incredible. And you know, if I had an ego, if I was arrogant, I would never be in this position, right? I would never have given myself that opportunity to know how good that order flow could have been for myself. If I had an ego, if I was arrogant, if I thought I knew it all, then I would still be doing what I do, which actually works. But then I would miss out on this part of it, on this kind of like understanding. So now if I was able to meet a guy and he trades order flow, because from time to time I meet real traders in real life, I'll be able to banter with the guy and actually fully understand everything he's talking about here. So I think giving yourself that opportunity in life is always important. You know, don't be arrogant. Don't have an ego. Always be willing to learn. Do I think it's going to increase my win rate? The win rate's already pretty high. I don't think it may, but what it's doing for me, it's more than just increasing the win rate. It's giving me a whole different understanding of how my win rates are happening. And, you know, we're going to keep gathering that sample size and data. And to be honest, I'm really happy with where I am at right now. I don't need to increase my win rate. If anything, the hardest part to do is increasing win rate. But the easiest approach will be increase your risk. Instead of looking to increase your win rate, look and see where can I increase my risk? You know, so this can come in and say, okay, you know, this is lining up in a specific way. Maybe instead of risking 2%, I'm going to risk 5%. So we can say maybe going to increase P&L. And then we're going to work smart and not hard. I never target a one-to-one, basically set and forget. Trust me, you're always going to look crazy until it works, guys. Like, just always remember that. You see, like, for some of you coming into the stream today, say, oh, you know, I haven't seen you in 2 weeks. Now you're trading order flow with a laugh emoji. It's always like that in real life, guys. Never forget about that. It's like people are gonna laugh at Mr. Beast, people are gonna laugh at iShowSpeed, people are gonna laugh at Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi, all these greats. It's only after they make it, they're like, wow, you know, that actually looks interesting, or he actually did that. That's just life. Like, even when you learn how to trade, man, like people are telling me, oh, you know, it's not gonna work out for you, it's very risky, etc., etc. Only when it works out, then they're like, oh damn, he actually did it. That's why I said don't let anybody like force you out of your lane. Like, always stay on your lane, because God gave you the vision. He didn't give that other person, because he knew that you could handle the vision. That's why he didn't give it to that other person. You know, so don't play with it. God believed in you. These guys didn't believe in you. God did. And you're playing with that? Come on, man. God believed. That's all you need. God did. Let's see. World markets rocket higher on optimism. Remember, God never gonna put something on your path that you can't handle. Okay? The Raleigh, let's see, Raleigh shrugged off Wall Street. Yeah, I think we kind of read this already. But yeah, sellers are coming in. You see, this is why I meant, like, the volume is low right now. It's at 60 million, and there's only about 12 minutes before the new hourly candlestick there opens. Not 12 minutes, and we're starting to see a lot more bearish notes. So for me, this is starting to change the dynamics of the extent of which I thought price would go, because, you know, we only know that price is going to fill this range. Correct? We know that price is going to fill this range. It filled the range. But to get through this level, we definitely need volume, and the volume is low right now. Even Warren Buffett is still learning every day, still on his apprenticeship. Yeah. Yeah, well said, well said. Insert madness. Now they all say how they're proud of what I've done. Amazing, man. This, what they call it, like the best revenge is success, right? You're never gonna go wrong investing in yourself. Always invest in yourself. And remember, you can't uplift and help others if you don't help yourself first. You gotta take care of yourself before taking care of other people. We have a point of control area over here. We're just kind of like slap in the middle of the range now. You see, we just respected that POC right to the T. Right over here. The one thing I've noticed with order flow though is my trade frequency is going to it can potentially increase my trade frequency with order flow. A lot more scalps. Because it allows us a way to understand if the trade is playing the way it should play sooner, so we don't have to wait for structure to build, right? If you're just looking for a risk-free kind of approach towards trading, it's like if the order flow is lining up the way it should be, there's no reason at those specific entry points that it should struggle at all, really. So it can allow you to kind of get in more. All right, guys, I'm gonna head out here. Appreciate all you tuning into the stream. I'm gonna catch you during the New York session. We're gonna be live during NY Open. That's something we're gonna be doing now, and I'll see you guys there. Adios.